the working box. Look what just came in the mail. Trying to figure out how I'm gonna make this kind of a one box, kind of carries it all just for short trips. Gonna try to put these 3 boxes in this box, kind of all into this box, just kind of cherry pick my flies, my hot flies, my hot flies. In this episode, I'm gonna tie up a dirty, some call it heathen, some won't fish it, others love it. We're gonna tie up a mop fly. And so I got these slippers here. These are dusting slippers that you put on your feet. I got like 50 colors of them, man, for 10 bucks. You know what I see? I see worms. Anyways, so I'm gonna take the chenille. The disadvantage of buying it like this is that, you know, we have to cut it all ourselves. And I do totally recommend that you guys support your local fly shops. But this is a dirty fly, so we had to go to a dirty place to buy it. So after you snip it off, I like to singe it. I think it gives it a really cool texture. Gives it a more, to me, a more buggy looking texture. And it will give it a faster sink rate. See how it gives it those little beads? I just think that looks more buggy. So here's a little comparison. The one on the left is obviously the one that I singed, and the one on the right, I haven't even cut it off yet. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Okay, so I'm using Umpqua tungsten 3.8 bead and just a black, and then these are just some, I lost the package for this. Oh yeah, these are Gamakatsu, size 12. They're just a wide gap micro barb. Recently I did go barbless, but I mean, I don't really mind the micro barbs. And so what I like to do, instead of tying in the chenille, I just thread it onto the hook, just like if I was threading like a little crappie jig. So I just thread it on like that, and then that's how I start. We're starting out with some olive unit thread in the 8/0. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide this chenille back and put down just a little base. Okay, so next we're just gonna use a little bit of Loon head cement. Just put a little bit on there, hold the chenille in place. And I'll just start tying it down. I'm gonna pinch it with my fingers just to kind of hold it in place, just to get it started, because and guys, like I've said 100 times in all my videos, I'm a beginner fly tyer. I tied my first fly probably over 10 years ago, and then I kind of got out of it. I was fishing bass tournaments and I stopped tying flies for a while, a long time actually, and I'm just getting back into it just recently. So cut me some slack, guys, and then also throw some comments down there and give me some pointers, help me learn. There's a lot of stuff a lot of new things that have come out that are really cool that I'm learning. But yeah, don't be afraid to comment, teach me something. Okay, so next, and this isn't a testament to how long ago I was tying. This is a shop that was called Tight Lines in Tucson, Arizona. That's where I bought this little saddle hackle. So I grabbed a piece of the longer hackle here because I want the longer, softer feathers, and I don't want a big glop on there. I want it to look clean. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna strip. I'm just gonna grab a few of these fibers, save those for tails, and I'm just gonna strip one side of the hackle like that all the way to the tip. Almost all feathers have a natural curve, and so you want to strip the inside curve because we're going to wrap the hackle. We want those outside fibers to spread out real nice and clean. Okay, so I'm going to take this hackle feather and I'm gonna place it on the opposite side. Just gonna do a loose wrap and capture the tip. And the reason that I tied it on that side is because the natural curve goes this way. So when I spin it, I'm gonna spin it this way around the fly to open up that hackle. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a quick overhand on this real quick. Hang it over my cradle, and you can see that I've pulled out as many fibers, some of those shorter fibers close to, just to kind of keep it clean. And then I'm just gonna use my rotary vise. And as you wrap forward, you want to keep these feathers, like I've said in other videos, as vertical as possible. And just a couple wraps, and that's about all I want there. I'm just holding onto this hackle. Get a couple securing wraps in here without capturing too many of those. Good. And then we'll do one in front. Okay, so now I'm just going to preen these fibers back. And I'm just going to tie a few wraps. So next, we got some ice dub and the light olive. Just going to spin this onto the thread. Make a little dubbing noodle. The purpose of the dubbing is primarily to push these fibers back a little bit, the soft hackle, and it gives it a little bit of contrast. I'm working on my dubbing, okay? I'm trying to get better at it. Let's stop right there before somebody says, dude, you use way too much dubbing. I know, man, I've got a dubbing problem. Sorry for those of you out there that I've offended because I've used too much dubbing. And that's dirty, but we're gonna clean it up. So let's just get some wraps in here, real tight to the head. Go ahead and give it a quick. Five wraps. I'm just gonna cut our thread. We're going to trim some of these hackle feathers, and so what I like to do is just break a few off, the tips off with my fingernail. You don't want them I don't like them to be even. Cut them different lengths. Okay, so then after I've trimmed the hackle feathers, I like to go in here with my fingernails and just pull my nails over it, just like if you're stripping a Christmas ribbon, and it'll get those ends to curl. Make sure you keep your nail on the side, on the inside. So if I want it to curl this way back, I want my nail on the inside of the hackle. Let's see how it's starting to just give it a curly buggy look. Kind of looks like pube hairs. Okay, last thing. Sorry guys, I went there. I like my flies durable. So I'm gonna take some Loon UV thick, reposition it in the vise. I'm going to take this Chanel and right at the hook, squirt some UV down in there. Take your guys' favorite UV flashlight. I'll pinch it. Just going to kind of hold it against the hook as I cure it. Okay, so last step, I'm going to take some UV fluorescein. I'm going to flip the fly upside down and I'm going to give it a drop. Let's turn it over and I'm just going to cure it. Look at that. See how those little burnt beads just kind of show up? Well guys, that's gonna do it. I'd appreciate it if you guys would subscribe if you found this entertaining or if you learned something. But thank you so much for watching, guys. You take care. This is Steve from Black Fly signing out. I will see you guys on the next episode. And again, guys, we're gonna get some fishing in, I promise. Take care, guys. Just thought of something. I was like, man, what do you guys think this represents? I mean, a grub, an egg, a spider, a wasp? Or is it just an attractor pattern that happens to get the fish's attention? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think it is.